Hey everybody, Ms Rikki here. Sorry no Rogan today, he's taking a nap, but I brought some old friends with me and a new one, and Frankie, our dog, is over here too. Today I wanted to read to you the book called The Cool Bean. In this book, I want you to notice how the cool beans treat other people, or other beans. This is by Jory John and Pete Oswald. Here's the first page. The Cool Bean. Watch out! Here come the cool beans. The cool beans. Everyone's very excited to see them. Oh yeah, check out how they move. Look at the way they swagger. Notice their sunglasses? Yow! The cool beans are known all over school, from house to house, across town, and beyond county lines. In the olden days, last year, we were all one big pot of beans. We were a mixed bag, but somehow it worked. Yep, those were the good old days. And then we stopped seeing each other as much. He's sitting back here in the tire going, that's just how it is sometimes. You spend less time together, and even though you're not totally sure why. So maybe that's happened to you before. Maybe you have a friend that you spend a lot of days in the summer with, and then when you come to school, you don't spend very much time together. Or maybe you have a friend that you used to spend almost every minute together, and now you don't as much. That's happened to Ms Rikki before too. I watched as the beans I knew so well, the beans from my own pod, become the cool beans. They were so cool. One of them could play the guitar, cool. One of them could draw the best superheroes, cool. And one of them could jump higher than any bean I'd ever known, cool. Me? Well, I mostly just stayed the same. Sure, I made some small changes. I wore sunglasses, too big. I slicked my hair back, too slick. I strutted around. He ran into a rock, stubbed his toe in a rock. I swaggered, oof, and he slipped on a banana. Do you think maybe he's trying too hard to be like them? I was still picked last for everything. My clothes never seemed to fit. I snorted when I laughed. Honk, he's blowing juice on someone. I walked into stuff. Whomp. I was an uncool bean for sure. I started thinking of myself as just a common bean with no special skills. I couldn't compete, so I didn't even try. I'd never be a cool bean. He's kind of having what I would call a negative mindset. He's thinking about all the bad things, and he's just giving up. He's not even trying again or giving it a try. It seemed like there were two types of beans in the world. There were the cool beans, and then beans like me. The days all blended together. I lived my life and things were just okay. I took tests and ate lunches and mostly kept to myself. The cool beans continued being cool. I mean, sure, I miss them a bit, but it's not like I was going to say anything. I felt like all the coolness had gotten in the way of our friendship. And that's how it went until one day. So, can these guys read his mind? Do they know how he feels? No, so he's gonna make sure he tells them. You know, I always tell you guys that I can't read your mind. If I could read your mind, then my job would be a lot easier. But I can't, so you gotta talk about how you feel. So let's see what happens. I was in the cafeteria. I dropped my lunch on my loafers. Oh no, not again. But then something sort of miraculous happened. Out of nowhere, one of the cool beans helped me clean it up. He didn't even say anything. He just gave me a nod and that was it. Later, I was out on the playground. I tripped and scraped my knee and maybe cried a little bit, and everybody saw it. Another one of the cool beans came to my side, and without a word, he dusted me off. The way the cool beans are treating people seems pretty cool too, doesn't it? That afternoon I was sitting in class and I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't notice, but our teacher had called on me. Everybody stared. I sat there in silence. Nobody said anything. And then everybody just laughed at me. See how he's feeling? Embarrassed, shy. That was it. After today, I was officially a has-been. But then one of the cool beans stood up and came over to me. Everybody watched. She leaned in close and whispered, "Hey, the teacher asked you to read from page 32. Then she gave me a quick wink and went back to her seat. It was a small gesture, sure, but it was also everything. So that meant a lot to the to the bean, right? That meant a lot. It was something simple. I walked home with a goofy smile on my face. I smiled all the way through dinner. That day made all the difference. It was a day that it could have been really bad, if not for the kindness of a few cool beans. It gave me a shred of confidence. That shred of confidence has continued to grow. Now, what those cool beans did that cost any money? No. Just a small gesture to help somebody. Somebody had my back, or a few somebodies. After that, I started hanging out with the cool beans again. How have you been? Get it? How have you been? And they're all laughing. Not all the time, but sometimes. At lunch, after school, even on weekends. Throughout all of this, I realized that it's not about how you look or any of that other silly stuff. He's throwing away his sunglasses, his gel and spray. It's about a wink or a nod or a smile at just the right moment. He's sharing his umbrella with his mom and baby. It's about dusting somebody off and helping them up again and pointing them in the right direction. This bean fell down and he's gonna help him up. You need a hand? Yes, please. Now that's cool. And the cool beans noticed that he helped him. Some more cool beans. So, the cool beans, how did they treat other people? With kindness, right? Sometimes the cool beans don't always treat others with kindness, but if you're a cool bean, which you all are cool beans, you gotta kind of notice those things when someone's feeling down, and you can just easily go pick them up by just helping them pick up their lunch when it spills. You don't even have to say anything, you just help. Or sharing your snack with someone. A lot of you guys have done that. I've gotten bucket filler slips about someone sharing their snack with someone who didn't have it. That's being a cool bean. You know, if you see someone who just needs a little extra help, or, you know, to dust them off and help them get back up again, that little thing that they did for him helped that confidence grow inside him. You know, we're here to lift each other up, not push anybody down or hurt them with words or actions. You know, we want to lift everybody up and make them feel like they are worthy, that they can do these things, that they're a cool bean too. You guys are all cool beans to me, and I miss you all very much. Please give yourself a big bear hug and say, I am smart, I am kind, and I am important. Because you are smart and you are kind and you are so important. Please have a great day, and I hope to see you all soon.